Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we're going to be doing our day 3 of the 13 days of Halloween. We're going to continue with some more embellishments. So back to this little embellishment book that I've created. We're going to do a pocket here. And the pocket is going to allow us to put those tags in that we created the other day. So let's go ahead and open this little packet here. We're going to do the pumpkin die again. I'm trying to keep, even though I'm using scraps for everything, I'm trying to keep with a little theme here. So I have cut a piece of scrap paper, and this was, and I wrote it down there, but let's cut it out. So this was, let me get the tallest edge here. It was like 3 1/4, but it was a scrap piece, so the height doesn't really matter. However deep you want your pocket, just so this one was ended up being 3 1/4 by 4. Oops, let me get the ruler right. No, 5 3/8 wide, because this is 4 3/8 wide. We did an extra inch. I scored it a 1/2 inch on each end to give us a little hinge there. And we're going to glue our pocket into this page here. But before we do that, I have also taken my cut piece and I lined it up along this edge here. How did I do that? Just like this, I think. Nope, like this. So I lined it up along here, and then I think I started with this one here because this one will be folded in. So I lined it up, and I'm not worried about these 2 end ones. I just wanted to get the other ones. And then I just took my pencil and drew around each one, as you can see. See the pencil marks on there? Hopefully you can. There are pencil marks there. And then we're just going to take the scissors and we're going to cut around here. And I'm going to go inside my pencil lines just to, and then we'll do a test fit. And then this will allow our pumpkins to have some color behind them. Just like this, just like we did the other one. That's what I'm doing with you. Just like that. All right, and I'm just going to snip that off there. Let's go ahead and do a test fit. See what we got. And I'll line them up. I just want to make sure that all their faces are visible and there's no orange sticking out above it, but there's no holes either. Okay, perfect. Looks like we got it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring a bead of glue along here. And random little spots here just to hold it in. There we go. All right. Bring this back in. My pen down here. And then this, lining this back up here. There we go. Hope I can see just a little bit sticking out here and there, so with the glue on. So I'm just going to come in here and just nip those out of there. Just a tiny little bit orange, but okay, yeah, perfect. All right, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to lay glue on the outside edges of each of these. Run a strip along the bottom, close up the pocket. Oops, a little on the front there. Okay, here we go. And we're going to just lay that in there, right along the bottom edge there. Perfect. Just like that. I've got some already put in here, just so I knew where they had to go. because with the bigger embellishments, you want to be careful. I wouldn't go any higher than I already did with these, because these stick up, so that takes up room inside the book. And then like this one has hardly any room between them, just a little bit. This one here has about 1/4 of an inch, and this one has a 1/2 inch in between the two, and the same going the other way. So we have to remember that as we're making our embellishments. Now, for the other part of the pocket, I want to put in this purple here. So I took the actual die, and I figured out which pumpkin I need to start with, which is this one here. And they all line up just like that. See? So then I laid this out on my paper. How did I do that? I laid it out on my paper like this. So I put it like this. And then I brought it down so that they're all able to be in there. And I actually held it over top of this and matched it up so that they were equal. And then once I got that done, then I drew a pencil line along here. Let me see here. I just drew a pencil line. Whoops. Make sure you're in today. Brought it up right to the edge there, and there, like that. Drew a pencil line. And then now we can cut that pencil line out. Now this is longer. I left this longer for a reason, so that once we get it lined up in there, then we can choose the length we want and cut the flat edge off. That makes it the easiest way to do that. So now when I bring this in there, see, I can line this up at that bottom part. And we're going to have a little bit on each edge, like a 1/16 of an inch. And I planned for that. This is a little crooked here. Perfect. I'm going to erase any pencil lines that might be there. Okay. So now we're going to take our pencil, we're going to line this up, allow for that little bit of 1/16 of an inch, and a little bit for the pumpkin faces. We don't need to be right up on them. And then where I can see the bottom of my pocket here, I'm going to bring it up just about a 1/16 of an inch, and I'm going to make a mark right there. And that's where I'm going to cut this down at. So that way I don't have to worry about having the exact length before I cut. I've got that extra length that allows me to cut the straight line off, makes it a lot easier. And then we're going to put that like that. So let's give this a little smudge here. So take that one off. Get that, there we go. Let's smudge with some black soot. This is just the Ranger ink. Distress ink. Okay. Let's put our needle back in there if we can find it. Maybe. Might as well just glue it now because I can't find my needle anyway. All right. So remember, this one was 4 3/8 wide. 4 3/8 wide this one was, and then the height was just longer than this, so I could cut off the straight edge. There. Isn't that cute? And we'll be able to stick our little tags in there. Let me grab them a second. They should fit in there perfect, and they're nice and flat. Not our tags, I should say our cards. Our cards we created. We'll stick those in there. Just like that. See? Perfect. All right. And then I didn't put anything in here yet, but I've got one of the mason jar embellishments here, and then and I'll probably put something there. But if not, and then I put the other one there. But I have to divide it up because it's not big enough for them all to be on one page. So we're dividing them up. Our next little project. What did I do with my pen? I don't like when the pen put down. All right, let's grab this one here. It's around here someplace. I'll find it on the floor probably. Hopefully not with my foot. There we go. All right. So the next thing we're going to work on is we're going to do a rosette. Just a nice simple rosette. This one I did with the scrap paper, and then out of scrap black cardstock, heavy black cardstock, I cut the spider web out of one of my AliExpress dies, and then along with that came a couple different spiders. I cut those in the gold foil, and then just a scrap piece of the other cardstock to coordinate. So what I like to do is, so I can do more than one at a time, and you can make this as long as you want, depending on how many sections, and you can cut them 1 inch, 1.5, whatever width you want when you're all done. So I took a bigger piece. This just happens to be 6 by 6, and I'm going to score at 1/4 of an inch all the way down. And this just makes it easier, so you're not doing a bunch of separate little strips. You can do a bunch at a time. So once you get this done and scored, you can cut these to whatever length you want. So that makes it easy. These ones for this video, I'm going to cut at 1.5 inch. So I should be able to get 4 pieces out of this. Now, if you wanted to do this 12 inches, then you'd only need 1 strip per rosette. But since I'm doing 6 inches, then I will need 2 sections for each rosette to make it big enough. So you will need 2 sections to create 1 rosette. If you did 12 inches long, you'd only need 1 strip to do your rosette, unless you made it really tiny. So now with this, I'm going to do my thing because it's bigger. So I'm just going back and forth one way and the other way, just like that. Just folding and kind of pushing down with my fingers, so I'm burnishing it. And you can do this afterwards, but since they're all together, it actually kind of makes it a little easier. And then once we get this done, then we'll just slice them apart to the lengths we want. Now, if you wanted to do them 1 inch, you could, or 3/4 of an inch, then you probably could get away with, probably with 3/4 of an inch, you might be able to get 1 out of a 6-inch strip. I haven't made any that tiny yet, but I will give it a try. I've also been practicing on my other rosettes with the streamer paper. So I've been kind of practicing with that. The first time I did one before the video, I didn't have any problems. Of course, when I go to do the video, then I was having problems. So, all right. I've got a little, get this scrunched back together here. It's coming apart. There we go. As it gets to the end, it gets a little harder because it's thick to hold, but not impossible. There we go. It's a different way here. Okay. This gets a little thick. There we go. And then the last one. There we go. Okay. So we got them all folded in accordion. So now when we cut this, we're going to turn it this way and cut against our cuts so that we can roll these up. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these all at 1.5 inches. And then we will be able to and then it just makes it so you just ended up only scoring 1 sheet of paper, but you get all those strips all at once. Well, there we go. So now we've got enough to do 2. So what I do, and this one's already ready to go, so we'll go ahead with this one. I take it, and then these will go right over top of each other like that. So I put glue on one. Get that. And then I put it on one side of the mountain and then on the other side of the mountain. And then I make sure my words are all facing the same direction. And then I just place that one over top of that one and squeeze it. You can use hot glue. I just used my other glue. Once that is together, oops, there we go. Give that a little burnish there and get it stuck together good. And come back in. Let's get this out of our way. We don't need this anymore. Set that aside. Okay. So now we got that all together. So now what I'll do is I'll bring this around and then I'll glue this one over top of that one or vice versa, whichever way you want. Okay. So let's go ahead and open this back up. And we're just going to put glue on top of the mountain there and on the sides. Where's my other pin? Right there. And then we're going to put that one on top of there. And again, I'm just going to press it together, flatten it out. Okay, and then we're going to re-scrunch it. So then you end up with a circle. And I've got one here too. Then for me, it's easier to just kind of start bringing in the bottom and press it out. And then it should just kind of start to close in. See? Looks like a volcano, and then all of a sudden it'll just close in. So I'm going to get my hot glue gun heating up here. And the same with this one. You just keep working with it, and it can be kind of fiddly at first. Sometimes if you take it and just keep squinching it in, it'll finally, once it starts getting used to doing that, then it folds up easier. Okay. And that one hadn't been done before, so just take it and you just keep it. Like I said, sometimes it gets a little fiddly. So we're going to take this circle here, and we're just waiting for that glue gun to heat up. One of our webs and our spiders, and we're going to create another one of those. All right. Should have had this going already. Sorry about that. Okay, well that's heating up. Let's go ahead and set this aside. We'll just keep working. We'll just start on a different one, and then once that gets heated up, we'll be good. So for my next project, I used this Signature Collection die by Sarah Davies, and it is a banner die. So with this die, I cut out, three black ones out of heavyweight cardstock, and these came from my scraps also. I do a lot of mini albums and other different crafts, so my black cardstock, I use a lot of cardstock, so I usually have some nice size pieces, but this actually didn't take up that much. And then in addition to that, I cut out 3 from my scrap Halloween papers. This one's got the little spider webs on it, the boulder multicolored pattern here, and then this one I cut out a strip of the purple polka dot one. So what I did was on each one of these, I grabbed a black one, and you could glue the whole thing down, but I want to see that black strip there. But you could glue the whole thing down and put like some twine on there if you wanted. But what I did was I just came in and I cut each one of these off, kept the same angle going, cut them off, and then glued that directly on the one that I cut off. So I cut off this one, whoops, and stayed just on the banner part there, and then glue that on like that. Okay, so I'll cut up a couple more here, and just keep them in the order that I cut them, because even though they're from the same die, they might not be exact match to each of the separate little banner spots. So we'll keep them in the order they gotta be. And if you wanted, you could just, like I said, just put on a little ribbon or whatever you wanted to do that. But I like the looks of seeing the black in there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some glue on each one of these to hold that down. There we go. And then we'll start putting those on there. Get my fingers to pick things up. And you want to keep that curve, line it up. There we go. Goodness gracious. Okay. I thought this turned out so cute. I really liked it. I thought, oh, that is such a cute little embellishment. And you can put it just about on anything. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and get another one ready here. Again, the same thing. We're just going to cut off those little pieces. We'll put them in the order that they got to go on. It goes pretty fast, actually. I tried to pick ones that, you know, once they're decorated, the pattern isn't going to really matter that much. And they had to be small enough patterns so you could actually see it, because these are tiny patterns. All right. Again, with some glue. And these actually, once I decided what I wanted to do, the banner parts went fast. And then starting to pick out my little things to go on top. Didn't take too long either once I decided which ones I wanted to use. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Whoops. Come on. And I'm using art glitter glue. You can use whatever adhesive you like. I do like the art glitter glue. It dries fast, and if you need a little more work time, it's probably not the glue for you, but because it does dry quite fast. But it does have a good holding power, and you can glue quite a few different things with it. All right, so there's that one. So then, let me give you a closer look at this one. So I used some more of those gold spiders, and then I cut out a little gold skull out of Tim Holtz strip die that I had. And then out of another one of his dies, I had some black bats. This little tiny kitty here, I cut out from my Cricut. And then these little Spooky and Boo banners came from one of my pieces of cardstock that I've been using. And it was part of the decorative strip at the bottom, the strip that tells you the information strip, I guess is what it would be. And I thought, I'm not going to let those go to waste. Those are kind of cute, because the one had Spooky and Boo on it, like that. And the other one had Hocus Pocus on it. So I thought, those are adorable phrases. I'm just going to cut them off and use them. So with the Spooky Boo, what I did was I just cut it. Whoops, if I can get it. I cut it like this and did that because I thought I'm going to use that on something. So I already pre-did that. So then, since this was so tiny, I just cut them in half and then just used one going one way, one going the other way, like a little flag. And then I just added a little tiny purple gem from my gem box that I got from Hobby Lobby in the jewelry department. And you get them 40, 50% off, 50% off when the jewelry's on sale. And it's cheap, you know, under 10 bucks, I'm sure. So, and you get a lot. I've had that for a couple of years now. But I thought that turned out so cute for an embellishment. So let's go ahead and pick some things to put on. I got some extra spiders. I've got cats. I've got the Hocus Pocus. I cut out some little tiny crows out of my crick. Oh no, this was a die punch. This was a die. So that was cut from a die. And then some of the little ghosts I used before, I shrunk them down even further and made some more of those. So we've got a bunch of this was the other cat that I picked. And it's a cute cat, but I seem to like this one that's got his back hunched up better. And some more of the skeletons that I cut apart. And I got the word boo here if we need it. So I think for this one, let's do, I think I want a crow. I can't pick up, my fingers won't pick up anything. A crow I think would be cute. And then another cat. I think that cat is so cute. So let's put him like that. Over there, we've got a crow. Let's do a ghost. Now these ones I didn't poke out the little eyes and stuff yet because I ran out of time yesterday. I was able to cut them, but then I had to run. So we got a ghost. Oh, that's cute. And then his eyeballs back there. Yep. There we go. All right. Let me zoom in just a tiny bit so you can see a little better. I got to watch it so I don't end up out of screen when I work. Okay. So we got that. And then why don't we take this Hocus Pocus and we'll do the same thing. I'm just going to cut down the center of that. Just like that. And then we'll use the orange distress ink. And we'll just smudge the edges of that. It was a good smudge. And this one is carved pumpkin. So, and I think what we'll do is maybe add those to these ones here. Right here. I think. Let's go ahead and put that on an angle like that. And I want to read Hocus Pocus too, so I'm going to put them in that order. Hocus Pocus. And then we'll put this one at an angle like that. Perfect. Let's go ahead and glue these down too. A little bit there. Perfect. And the little cat. And Ghosty. There we go. Now I think for the outside edges, let's see here. Do we want to do spiders? Pulling some gold? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll do one of each of those. Oh, no, let's do the two skulls. Let's do two skulls instead. There we go. You can do two skulls. One on this one. There we go. And then one over here. Whoops. Gotta move his eye. There we go. Perfect. There. Now we'll put a gem on there. So let's go ahead and let's stick with the purple because we don't have any purple in there. Put a couple of these out on the table because they are tiny. So I can't get them with my fingers. I have to use a tweezers. So I'm going to put a little dot right there and a little dot right there. Get the little tweezers. Grab it. Set it in there like that. Perfect. There we go. There. And our second little banner is done. I think that one's cute too. Whoops, got a little piece of paper stuck under there. There we go. Adorable. So we'll let that one dry. And for this one, let's see what we got. I think I'm going to use some more ghosts because this is a little darker than the other one. So maybe, let's see here. Again, I'm just getting those little sections out of there because two, and then the other one that's different. Sorry if you can hear the TV. My husband is home. And 3. That. Okay. Oh yeah, let's do that. 3 different ghosts. So let's go ahead and glue them down. Like that. Glue inside there. Okay. Perfect. Okay, then we'll put him in the center. Perfect. This little guy here. Whoops, sorry. I'm just adding a little bit of glue. There. So we got that, and then I do like the crow. So let's put a crow on this one. About here for the crow. And then let's put another kitty on here because I like the kitty too. I think he's adorable. Just like that. Okay, and then let's do the spiders again. We'll do a spider here and a spider there. One of the each different kinds. So we got that spider. And then the skinnier spider. Whoops, maybe. There we go. There we go. All right. Perfect. Look at that. Isn't that cute? All right. Yeah, I like that. Perfect. So those are done then. So we've got another embellishment done. We got 3 of those. Let's go ahead, and the glue gun is hot. So what I like to do is get it ready like that. Get my paper dot ready. Where is, now there's my pen again. There it is. Oh goodness. I have to attach that to myself somehow. And I think we'll use that on this one. So let's bring it down. Some people like to put the glue on this and then set it on there. I like to just get my glue going on here. And then set this in the center so I know exactly where it's supposed to be. Just like that. And it is hot, no doubt. Now I just kind of give it a turn just to make sure it's not sticking to the table. It takes a few seconds till it grips. It didn't leak on the table. So now that you got that, then you can come in and put another one on the other side to hold that too. So let's put that in there like that. Perfect. So we got that done. Then I just brought in my spider web, like so. I'm just going to put a little dab of hot glue right in the center of that, like that. Boop. Perfect. And then I just took my spiders, put my glue on them, and set them on there. That one fell. It says I'm going to be here, so that's fine too. There we go. Yeah, and that is it. So do that like that. And let's go ahead and do that. Now I just used a 1.5 inch paper punch to get my paper. Oops. Oh, I almost caught it. Got my glue gun down. Stepped on the cord. There we go. Oh, goodness. Too many cords. All right. So let's bring in some more scraps here. Since I've got it sitting here, we'll just do that one too. There we go. Here. There we go. All right. Bring it in. Hold it. Run a bead of glue around there like that. Let's do this one with this nice bright colored one. If it's too hot, you can always press on it with something else, because you can feel the heat through there. And this is a hot glue gun, and I've got it. It does have a lower setting, but I have it on the hot. Just give it a few seconds here. Go. This one we'll use maybe some of the ghosts. Would that be cool? For something different. We're going to add the orange circle in there. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. So let's go ahead and do the spider web. Like I said, this was just an AliExpress die that I had. It probably is in one of my videos. Quite often what I'll do is I'll do a video and then of the dies and then the cutouts of it. So maybe one of those, I'm not sure. I think we're going to put a ghost on there. Since there's already some glue sticking out there, we'll just utilize that. Coming out of his mouth. For some reason, his mouth. There we go. A ghost down there. That's kind of cute. Maybe we can put a ghost on the other ones too, since I've got extra ones cut out. And then how about the word boo? Let's put the word boo on there. That'd be kind of cute, right? So I'm just going to put some of my art glitter glue down there, and we'll put the word boo on there. This one, like so. They don't all have to be alike. Use whatever you can find. If you don't have a die cutting machine, you might have some little stickers or something. I think I'm going to add the word spooky boo to this one. I think that will look cute. And then I'm going to use the hot glue because it grabs so much faster. There we go. Spooky boo. That's cute. And then on this one, let's add the hocus pocus. Oops, I must smudge the edge of that. I should smudge the edge of the other one too, but it'll be okay. My fingers aren't picking up today. There we go. There. A little bit of hot glue. Put that down there. See? And it's still, even though it's flat embellishments, it's still cute. I love that hocus pocus. Colors go good together. I'm going to put a little glue under there to help hold that. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie dokie. All right. Do we need, yeah, I think that's good. Maybe I'll put another ghost on this one. something different here since he's got extra space there. Do some extra glue there. His eye is stuck there. There we go. About like that. And then the other one. That's the spooky one. That's that one. And then let's go ahead and use this one. I cut 2 of each one. And as when you get them small, they are a little harder usually, but these ones actually cut really nice. I was kind of surprised. I don't know if I'd dare go much smaller, but there. So we've got Boo there. Love that. I think that's my favorite one. Then we got Spooky Boo with the spiders. And we got Hocus Pocus with the spiders. All right. So as always, I want to thank my subscribers for joining in. I hope you follow along and give these a try. It was fun. If you ever have any questions, just send me an email or post it in one of the videos that I do, and I will do my best to answer your questions. And again, these are going to be part of a swap for the group I'm in, and that group is A&M Facebook Creative. It's Facebook group A&M Creative Exploring Paper Crafters. So that's the group I'm going to do the swap for. And these are just in addition to the required thing that I'm making her. I'm just doing my embellishments. This is, again, day 3 of my 13 days of Halloween. So keep a lookout for the other events. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so at this time. Go ahead and hit that red bell down in the right-hand corner. When the bell pops up, if you hit that, then you'll be notified each time I put up a new video. And as always, until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.